Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is the Legion of Raw after show, Raw after party. Of course, I am Dr. Chris Featherstone now, as of last week, joined with my friend and colleague. He's still part of the greatest tag team that ever laced up a pair of boots, ladies and gentlemen. Road Warrior Animal, how are you?
Dr. Chris, what's up?
Hey, man, it sounds good coming from you, man.
Oh, man. What a wacky Monday night, I'm telling you, bro.
Yeah.
I can't believe almost what I was watching a little bit, on TV tonight. It's just, brother, oh my God, we got to dig into this stuff.
Yeah, let's get right into it, man. So we start off with Randy Orton cutting the in-ring promo. Gets interrupted by Drew McIntyre. There was some ambulance. Of course, he got 3 punts a few weeks ago, 2-3 weeks ago. And ambulance comes out. McIntyre comes out. He Claymore kicks Orton and starts beating up on him. And so we see Orton come back. So here's the thing with this, in my opinion, I what I see with this is just WWE's just making Drew look good to have him pass the title over to Orton. It just seems like Orton's going to win the title at Clash of Champions.
Yeah, just think about it, man. For the last 2 months, they made Orton indestructible.
Yeah,
and then he takes out the champ, breaks his jaw, and now you got Drew, who's going to be coming down for the big revenge. And you're right. I think eventually you got to give the belt to Randy, man. The heel has to have the belt.
Mm-hmm.
And it's hard for Drew, as big as he is, to be humble and be that baby face.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's almost like that rugged, tough baby face. It's hard for him to be the, oh, gee, golly guy. You know what I mean? He can't be that kind of guy. He's not a Tommy Rich.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Or that kind of baby face.
Good one.
all he's going to do is go, damn, and everybody loves him. He gets flooded with mail, right? You're kind of baby face, so especially being from a foreign country. Very few guys from a foreign country have been able to hold the world title or the WWF championship, as you can't even count them. I think he may be the first one.
Yeah, I think he's I know Sheamus was the first Irish born. I think he's the first UK born champion. And then Kofi is the first African born champion.
You're right. Yeah. Kofi's first champion.
Yeah.
Kofi, Nigerian?
Yeah. So, well, he was
Ghana.
Ghana, West Africa.
Ghana.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. So it hasn't been many, and we've seen those 3 champions only happen within the last 10 years. You know what I mean? So Sheamus won, his WWE championship a few years back, probably I don't think 2010 or 12 or something like that. I gotta see when Sheamus won the title, but it's in the past 10 years. Of him winning it. So it's been a while, man. I mean,
it's a big thing for a guy from another country, man. I mean, listen, I watched that whole kind of autobiography when Kofi did his.
Yeah.
I mean, he was like Muhammad Ali going over there to fight George Foreman.
Yeah.
It was huge, man. I couldn't believe I was so happy for Kofi. It's great to see that, and the guys getting recognized in their homeland, but I don't know what it is with Drew. He does that Claymore kick, but sometimes if it's not hit exactly perfect, it kind of looks like a little iffy, And I don't know, man. I don't know how you felt about it tonight. There was a couple things tonight that I thought you got to lay that kick in. If you're going to say you're going to break someone's jaw, you got to lay it in.
For sure. Yeah.
And the guy knows it's coming. He can take it. Just you got to be able to go with it. You got to lay this stuff in. That's the only. I mean, I'm being ultra critical here, but if you're wanting to build up for that big blow off, which they are, you have to make it look good.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I love the way I love that they interrupt you, but I love the way they kept bringing it back and back and back, and 3 times he attacked them. That was awesome, I thought.
Yeah. And I like the fact that they're making Drew look legitimate again, because they've softened him up over the past few months, and I didn't like that. I know that, being just kind of like a white meat baby face, so to speak, was probably the best thing with Orton, but I do like the fact that they are just kind of bringing an edge back to him because, again, it's kind of tough just being the champ as a babyface in this era in the COVID period. It just really is, man. And it just, he needs that chase to get that edge back. So,
listen, I agree, man. I think Hawk and I were the start of your baby faces were not exactly your clean cut, everyday guy. Somewhat off the wall nuts, which people love today. And look at society, what's going on right now. I mean, it fits in perfect, with everything going on. So to have a guy that's kind of a loose cannon, it fits right in.
Yeah, absolutely. Just real quick, Sheamus won his first WWE Championship at the TLC pay-per-view December 13th of 2009. So it's been nearly 11 years since he's won.
Dang, man, that's a long time.
Yeah, that's a long time ago.
That's so long ago, people probably forgot he even won the title.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I remember that match was against John Cena, and it was a tables match, and it just really seemed like it was kind of like a fluke win, like it wasn't supposed to happen. Because I know that he was just he just came up on the main roster like a couple months before that, and he just won the championship. It was too fast, it was too much too soon to me. Well, I think Sheamus
was he an OVW guy?
Yeah, he was FCW. He was in FCW. Yeah.
Okay.
So let's go to the next segment was the Hurt Business going against Apollo Crews, Cedric Alexander, and Ricochet.
Bro, I love that match tonight. I like the swerve. I like the turn. I thought it was great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I liked it more than I thought I was going to.
Yeah, man, we were talking about this last week with a guy that's kind of like, is it going to work with him or not? But we didn't know. And now when I saw it happen tonight, and the way he played it was good.
Yeah, I think so too. I think that's Cedric Alexander he hasn't really played the heel role much. I know that in Ring of Honor he was for just a hiccup, but he typically has been a babyface, his for most of his television career. So and plus he has that cruiserweight type of style and look to him. So to me, just the Hurt Business didn't really like the Hurt Business is like big, brawly bad guys. You know what I mean? Like he really didn't fit the Hurt Business. But I think, but he's a big dude. You know what I mean? Cedric is a big dude, and it's funny how perception is, because as soon as he made that turn, it immediately shifted from cruiserweight to
heavyweight.
Big bully. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. I know. When I saw him with the black and gold tights on too, the next match.
Yeah, exactly.
What the heck? Man, I thought it was a good turn, and what good guys to learn from Bobby and MVP, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And even Shelton too, because Shelton's kind of a clean-cut guy too.
He is, yeah.
I mean, people have a real hard time hating Shelton. I think they hate Shelton because of Bobby and MVP.
Yeah.
And now Shelton's getting heat of his own now.
Mm-hmm.
That little segment, I liked the little segment earlier when who they grabbed by the face? Oh, they grabbed the security guy by the face back there, behind stage. And you're saying, What'd you say about Shelton? Shelton just standing there and didn't do anything. Bobby's got him by the neck.
Right. You called me a liar. What did you say about it? You called me a liar.
Bobby's going, you call that partner's wife something? Man, Bobby jumped in. It was awesome, man. I thought it was pretty funny. Yeah. They look good though. I like the fact that MVP's got to wear suits now backstage.
Mm-hmm.
They look professional. They look really good. And then they put the tights on. I like the black and gold. I like that look.
They should stay that. They should stay black and gold. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they should not change the colors at all. It always should be that.
I agree. And it helps with the branding too. You know what I mean?
The
Road Warriors were red, black, and white. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like that was the Road Warriors colors. And sometimes y'all wear blue in WCW, and but most of it, just like the colors you have on now, was red and black, you red, black, and white. Yeah. So that was the feel. And when you think of Hogan, red and yellow, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Taker was all black, and sometimes the purple and black. Austin was black trunks, you know what I mean? So branding has a lot to do with characters too. And I think we talked about this before, just the importance of bringing back the character elements. And I think stick with the black and gold. Don't go, fluorescent colors or neon colors. Don't do that. The Hurt Business, like a black and gold.
Oh,
feel,
yeah.
You know what I mean? It feels like I'm about to come get you. You know what I mean?
It's very Pittsburgh Steeler color.
Yeah.
Remember the way the Steelers were smash mouth football.
That's
one time,
right?
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And in the black and gold is a good color for him, man. It's always signifies you're going to get hurt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, similar to the NWO, like they were black and white. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly, man.
Yeah.
Pretty simple, man. It's a simple formula if you don't screw it up.
That's right. Absolutely. Next, we get Street Profits defeating Angel Garza and Andrade. And this is because Angel Garza abandons Andrade. So I don't know where this is going. I don't know. It didn't seem like either of them was going to turn.
Evidently, Garza turned tonight.
Yeah, but it didn't look like it, though. It was weird to me.
Man, I tell you what, the only thing I can still remember from that whole match is how high the Street Profits got on that dang splash at the end.
Yes.
Oh, Lord, he had to be 20 feet up in the air.
Yeah.
That kid's got some ups to him. He can jump, man. It was awesome.
I love the Street Profits as a tag team, man. And I really think I like the fact that WWE's keeping the belts on them for 6 months. They've had it for over 6 months now. And I think that is really going to help just really continue, to create their brand, as the Street Profits. I don't like these hot shot, title reigns. It really doesn't help people much.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Keep the Street Profits.
Yeah. You don't like about this.
Yeah, keep the belts on them.
Yeah, you know what I like about the Street Profits? What I like about them is that, in the beginning, they kind of had to grow on me a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wasn't all the way with them there in the beginning, but as I see every week how more athletic they get and what they can do, they're learning by working with all those different tag teams from the Viking Raiders and the other guy. They're learning how to work with everybody. Yeah. That develops you in a fully rounded character. You know what I mean? And now they got that character down. And and fans don't want to chime in on their, we want to smoke, and all that stuff.
Got Solo Cups coming up now.
Bro, that was awesome. I saw the Solo Cup shoot up today for the first time. That was great.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, it's
rain and Solo Cups.
Yeah, I think they start doing it either at SummerSlam or Payback. I think SummerSlam was first. The first time they went to Thunderdome is when they started doing it, but it looks like that's a thing now, which I absolutely love. And another thing I like about the Street Profits a lot is that they're really maximizing their minutes. You know what I mean? And Angelo Dawkins, I've noticed that he's gotten in much better shape, the past, few months. He's starting to lean up more, you know what I mean? So he's really, and I appreciate that, just the little things, you know what I mean? Like you have an opportunity, you're champs, you're really cementing yourself as being a top tag team. You're really branding yourself and being a big tag team, a more notable tag team. He's, lean yourself up. Be TV ready, and I'm all for it, man. I like it. I think it's great.
Yeah, I always tell the guys when I go speak around the country, man. When I do seminars and speaking engagements, that you have to really love your craft, and you have to hone your craft. Mm-hmm. And who's going to believe that you're a top superstar if you look like crap?
That's right.
They're just not going to believe you. Mm-hmm. Some guys' gimmicks are like that, and they can get away with it. But very few now. If you look at today's wrestler, mostly everybody's in shape. Mm-hmm. Or they look athletic or something. Mm-hmm. You just can't be a sloppy guy in the ring. And man, you're right. They do look good, man. They're a couple of really good guys in the ring.
Yeah. And I like you said, I love that frog splash, man.
Oh man, he gets so high. I thought Dominic Mysterio had a good one and Ray had a good one with this. He gets 15 feet above those guys.
Yeah,
he gets up there.
And I love the fact that he's kind of coining his own frog splash, because so many people use the frog splash nowadays. Seth uses it, Dominic, Ray, Kevin Owens use it, Apollo Crews uses it. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people who uses the frog splash. And so what I like about Montez Ford is that he's making it his own. He's really kind of making this. He's kind of stamping his own. He just goes way up above the cameras. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. What they're going to start doing here, you watch in the future. Like when I used to do the power slam, no one else in the company was allowed to do the power slam. They just came right out and say, "Don't do it." And this frog splash is so good, they're going to end up telling the other guys, "Hey, man, let's cut out this frog splash.
Yeah,
leave it for him. It's his move. He does it better than anybody." I mean,
I can see that.
You got to give props for it.
Yep, I can see that. I can definitely see that. So next, we got real quick before we go there. Just give me some. We'll talk about this in the following weeks. Just give me some predictions of where the WWE is going to do. What is the WWE going to do with Angel Garza?
He's a really good piece of talent. I mean, he's good. He's good. He looks good. He could wrestle his butt off. I think he's a second or third generation guy too from Mexico.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know if they split him off and give him his own, like that little. I don't know. It's a tough one, man. It's got me stumped. Because they don't lead you into anything.
Yeah. It just
they don't even wet your case with anything.
Right. It just
they just leave him hanging all the time with Andrade.
Yeah.
He's always he's like the super brat. He just I'm just gonna leave.
Right. Like, yeah, sorry,
Yeah, sorry, you're on your own. Bye.
Yeah, it just doesn't really whet my appetite as far as what they're going to do with them next. You know what I mean? Like,
no, man. Really, you know what else does too, bro? I tell you, Chris, it buries Selena Vega. It buries her. Because why is she out there?
Yeah, agreed.
Because evidently the eye candy's not working because he just leaves.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? So I mean, if that's what she's there for, because otherwise she's serving no purpose. To be honest with you.
Yeah, and I agree. It does bury because she's she's so talented. Good in the mic. She looks great. You know what I mean? So it just. Her in this spot right now and then getting beat up by Retribution last week. You know what I mean? It just, it just really I don't like what they're doing with her. I like the fact that they made, it helped Andrade. It really helped Andrade when she started being with him. And then it helped Garza too. But Andrade's just losing back to back to back. You know what I mean? Like it's clear that they've pulled the plug on him. You know what I mean? So
bro, did you hear a little while back that there was some heat in the back there, something to do with Andrade? I mean, who knows? Maybe being with Charlotte has something to do with it. You know what I mean?
Interesting.
That may have a damper on his career, or maybe he's wanting to have his way out. Maybe he's got talking to another company.
Yeah,
you just never know in this business, man. But that's their MO though. They get tired of somebody. And back to Selena too. WWE gets real tired of managers. I mean, Paul Lee's the only one that's been around for a long time. You know what I mean? No one has lasted. Not even Paul Ellering has lasted even with us there long.
Yeah.
They don't keep managers for a long time. So Selena's been there a while.
Yeah.
And Vince out of the blue will go, I'm done with her.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a lot of decisions are made a lot of times.
Yeah. And speaking on that, so I'm always going to kind of take a pause, within the segment to kind of go retro on us because you've got, 40 years of, of nearly 40 years of history to talk about. Why in the world did they, I don't know if I ever knew about this. Maybe I knew about this years ago, but why did they split Paul Ellering from you in exchange for the DOA?
Man, I think it's they were trying to do something where it would really tug at us as baby faces because we could never get any sympathy on us. And I think they tried to use Ellering as the pawn to get sympathy. But the only problem was DOA wasn't over enough at the time that it meant something with Ellering. Now, if they would have had Ellering switch with DOA and DOA would have been stomping people and we would run down and not get to them and they would get out, that would have been great. But no, we didn't. They went with DOA and we started fighting right away. And, of course, we're going to kill them. I mean, that was just the business back then, right? Yeah. And that's the only reason. That wasn't a good business move.
Yeah, I agree.
Everybody waited to see Ellering come with us when we went to WWF. They wanted it bad. They wanted to see us to get together. Then we get together. We're together like a month, and then he goes a DOA.
Yeah.
That didn't make any sense at all to me. Even I saw it. I think sometimes, man, with something, if something's not, it's like a clock that's right twice a day. If it's not broke, don't fix it.
That's right.
They didn't need to fix us. Mm-hmm. We were fine together. We're fine together. We're selling out buildings all over the world. Why change it now? There was no reason to change it. Just because you got different call letters on the sign does not make it a right to change. But it was one of those power things that, hey, they said, hey, we want to change it, and that's what they did.
Wow. Next we have R-Truth and the Kiro Tozawa 24/7 segment. So he's eating and he
brother, that was like the most horrible segment I think I've ever seen. That goes right up there as being like one of the all-time whats. I mean I don't know what it just was herky jerky and guys pulling the guy's heads there and he puts it back on them and then he pushes the guy away in the cart together with him.
Yeah.
Bro, it just I didn't like that segment at all. That looked too much of that was a waste of time skit to me.
Yeah,
that's what it looked like. It was a good try gone bad.
Yeah, it's cheesy, it's corny, it's hokey. Yeah. But I guess my thing is, if R-Truth's on TV, I'm cool with it. You know what I mean? Because
usually he's funny.
Yeah.
Usually the whole thing with him involved is funny as heck.
Yeah.
I like it when he calls that thing his baby is 24/7, 7-Eleven, whatever you call that thing now. I like
European television.
Yeah. I mean, I like R-Truth. R-Truth's a good guy, man. I like him. And it was getting over. Just tonight's skit just didn't cut it for me. It just didn't.
Yeah, I can see that too. And it's funny because you would have never imagined. I agree that the skit was hokey tonight. Just with the ninja on the platter and all that, I agree too. And plus it didn't even lead to a title change. It was just kind of nothing, you know what I mean? And so, but here's the thing. I'm sure that Akira Tozawa loves every bit of it, you know what I mean? Because
sure, he's gotta love it.
Any other time, if it wasn't for this 24/7 thing, there's no way you would see television time.
No, he's back in NXT. Yeah. I mean, seriously, that's where he would be, right? I mean, let's be honest with it. You're right. He should be happy it's TV time. But here's another thing too, Chris. See if you agree with me here. When they come out, they're dressed so much like Retribution. Half the fans are wondering, is it Tozawa's guys? Or are they Retribution? They dress exactly the same.
Yeah.
Which I'm going, why would you even do that?
Yeah.
At least have the Japanese guys, the Oriental guys come out in gis or something, a different color, or maybe have red with black belts. I mean, what with red vests, that would be good.
Yeah.
But no, they all come out, everybody's out in black.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. It does kind of cause some confusion there.
For instance, I had my grandson watching me the other day, and he goes, "Are they the same guys?" I said, "No, they're different." He don't get it. And even tonight, Retribution didn't beat anybody up. They came and did that promo, which I thought killed Retribution tonight.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
Yeah, bro. We
will get to that. Yes, I will let you get on your rant soon. Peyton Royce and Billy Kay is next. So, again, odd. Clearly, it seems like Vince favors Peyton Royce in this, and it seems like the split is to make Peyton Royce, somebody, I guess, to make her give her a push. But here's the weird thing: she didn't really look like more of a heel tonight. She just, and especially when they made up at the end, it was just really weird. No one really stood out as the babyface or the heel. Now there were some mannerisms in Peyton that looked more heelish, especially when she was coming down the ramp and stuff. But making up with Billy Kay was just really weird. It made the split even odder to me. Here's my thing. It seems like it seemed like they were teasing that she was going to take her out. And then they went to the commentators and I was like, it was just it was like a dead end to me. It was really weird.
Horrible. Horrible. It was horrible. Yeah. The whole match, if you look at it from start to finish, the best part about it was her entrance.
Yeah.
Just hers.
I agree.
The other entrance was flat. It looked like Peyton was ready to go, and the Billie Kay was like, she knew she had to do the job, and she didn't want to do it. That's what it looked like to me, of being a performer in the ring, right? It's like Billie didn't want to do the job. She knows she's going to lose, and I think she's probably on her way out, and she's probably not happy with it.
Yeah,
that's what I'm thinking is happening. Now Peyton's got a good look. She's very much in shape. She looks good. Everything else. Every bit of that match, from the entrance down to everything, looks so rehearsed, Chris. I couldn't even freaking unbelieve it.
Yeah.
It's so rehearsed. Even my wife just handed me a note that the people are writing in and rehearsed. I mean, every move from a step to the turn to throw it off. It's like, okay, come on. You have to be able to ad-lib something.
Yes.
You know what I mean? You got to be able to go with the flow and make it look like a fight or a match. Listen, you have two lifelong friends fighting. Why are they not pulling each other's hair out and gouging each other's eyes? And then they hug at the end? Are you kidding?
Yeah. And they should have developed this more. Like, if they're really trying to build up, the heat with Peyton, if they're really trying to make her somebody, they should have stretched this out. Just 1 week. Like, they split up and then 1 week. It just doesn't make sense. If
they really wanted to do something, they could have went. Here's what I think it happened. I think that they saw the match was really like a fart in church. Excuse me. But I think what they said is, go home, finish it up. They didn't want to see anymore. And I think they cut it quick. That's how come I think the match ended up so fast, like really like an abrupt ending. It's like watching a 2-hour movie that ends in an hour.
Yeah.
You're wondering, where's the rest of it? And that's what, but what she should have done is, after they went to go big hug and console a friend, that's where she should have stomped her, turned it into high gear, and left her laying, and then smile as she left her friend laying.
Yep.
That would have got her more heat.
Agreed. Yep. I agree. I think that's would have caused her to have heat, because you're having sympathy for someone who you broke up with and you threw in the ring at Raw Underground, but now you're friends with her again. At this point, you're trying to make your own. You're trying to become a single star. Yeah. Why would you make amends with your former teammate? And it makes sense of what you said. What you said made sense, because it really seemed as if Billie Kay knew that even if it wasn't necessarily that she was going to leave the company, like, it seems like she knows that she's going down the ladder. You know what I mean? Like, she knows that. You can tell it with her expressions.
Yeah, you're going down to the bottom of the food chain again, and that's just the honest God's truth, And maybe, Chris, they don't even know which direction they're going with Peyton. Maybe she's going to be a babyface. You never know. Maybe that's why they ended like that. But even if she is a babyface, still, when you have two, it would have been like Hawk and I. Oh, screw you, no, screw you. Oh, let's hug.
Yeah.
After being together since we were kids, right? We're going all of a sudden just turn at each other and not be mad at each other. Come on, that's not life. Right. That's not true life. You got to go what brings you real life feelings, and that did not bring real life feelings to me. I don't think anybody watched it saw real life feelings either.
Yeah, I agree. I even if, like you said, even if she's going to go babyface, at least have Billie Kay turn on her. You know what I mean? Like, at least have that type of, like, we should not have former teammates like be BFFs again. If we saw a split last week, they were unhappy that they were friends, but then the Raw Underground part last week just kind of made it more confusing, because Peyton just threw Billie Kay in the ring in the ring last week at Raw Underground, which made it seem like she was going full heel by herself, but now they're together, and it's weird, man. It's just really weird.
It's really weird. And I know another thing too, before we get too far along in this. Is it me, or is just Cesaro and Shinsuke missing something when they got in the ring?
Yeah.
We're going to do champion versus champion. Well, really? You guys, as good as technical wrestlers you may be, the Street Profits are way
over,
more enjoyable to watch. They show unity as a team, which you don't see from a guy from Switzerland, I believe, and a guy from Japan.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? There's just something missing in that connection there. I don't really understand that team per se. I mean, I actually like Cesaro when he was with Sheamus.
Oh yeah, the Bar. Yeah,
I thought the Bar was a good tag team, man. I thought that was really good. I thought they were good. They were a good heel team.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is people want to hate Cesaro and they want to like Shinsuke.
Yeah, yes.
That's the problem.
Yeah,
he's a baby face all the way.
Yep, agreed. Asuka and Mickie James defeating Lana and Natalya. So next week, the Raw announced that Asuka and Mickie James are going to go against each other for the Raw Women's Championship. I don't know why they're making these matches on Raw. It doesn't make sense to me because, I mean, Asuka already had, like, Clash of Champions is just a few weeks away. And what are they doing here? It just doesn't make sense. I like the fact that they're giving Mickie TV time, but Mickey's been utilized so badly. Just I don't see any way of her winning the title. And plus, you don't want Asuka to lose either because Asuka's one of the best in the business right now. It's just weird.
Well, you know what you got, Chris? You got the fact that Becky is out, Charlotte is out.
True.
Two main girls are out, so you have to have some kind of feeling. Listen, I've known Mickie for a long time. Mickie still looks good and she can go, right? But how would you feel if you're the other girls? This girl's been off TV for how many months? 3, 4, 5 months? And she was back in. She's already got a title.
She's been almost. She was injured and then she was cleared at the beginning of the year. She's been out for nearly a year.
Well, see, that's how much I pay attention to that. But, I mean, no, but seriously, I'm not being mean about it. But my point is, you come back, and in your third TV back, you're wrestling for the championship.
Yeah.
I mean, is there enough steam? Is there enough push behind Mickie? No, it's just a filler match right now. It means nothing. You know what I mean? I mean, the real match is probably Asuka and what's her name that got the other belt, Bailey.
Bailey.
Yeah, that's your match because they could really do a good match together. But right now, if you think about it, with Becky and Charlotte gone, what other single babyface besides Becky can carry the load?
Yeah, especially on Raw. Yeah.
No, I mean, we saw tonight that. I mean, to be honest with you, when you put Shayna and Nia in singles match against the tag team, boy, that set wrestling back a little bit too.
Yeah.
No, seriously. I mean, those girls are way more talented than have to worry about everything step for step for step for step.
Yep.
And they got them so in their mind, oh no, I can't forget this one high spot or I'm going to screw up the match type attitude. You got a time limit. Fill the time limit.
Yep.
You got to be able to go out there and just go.
Yeah, I think you make a good point too because you really don't have any. Other than Nia and Shayna, you really don't have any like clear cut, just kind of top level heels right now. That's why it's weird to put them together on Raw. You know what I mean? Because those are the heels that should go against Asuka. I know you have Natalya, but she's in a weird spot too. You know what I mean? And so
poor Natalya, man, doesn't know. They don't think they know what to do with her.
No.
And right now they're trying to blame all that. Other stuff on Natalya's partner, poor girl. I mean, I saw Rusev went ballistic. Yeah, she is the fall girl for it, and she didn't even do anything really. Yeah, which I feel sorry for in that aspect. Yeah, I agree, man. I think Nia and Shayna are definitely singles. They're not a team, but if they are going to be a team, you got them a short-lived team. Why did you make them right after they get the belts? They're doing 1 against 2.
Yeah.
They don't need that win. They need a win looking strong against 2 if you want to get the team solidified.
Right.
Not the handicap match. The handicap match doesn't do anything for them.
Yeah, it seems like what they're doing is since Shayna won the title with using both of them, and then Nia retained the title doing the body block on both of them. It seems like they're kind of one-upping each other because they hate each other anyways, but I see the storyline into it, but at the same time, it's like it's still something missing.
There's something missing there. What if they just threw a third girl in there against one girl. 3 against 1.
Mm-hmm.
Make the 3 tag in and out legally. I mean, that would even be even different than what's going on right now. Because what's going on right now is just it's not building anybody.
And I would bring enhancement talent back. Like I would bring enhancement talent back to like 2 against 1 against 9. Like next week, if you want to do the 2 against 1 thing, I would have 2 enhancement talent females just get
exactly
by
why waste your other top girls?
Yep.
I mean, why waste your Ruby Riott? Why waste them? Yeah. You're wasting them by putting the other girls over you. Enhancement girls can do the same job they're doing, and you could do more to them.
Exactly. It makes you look good. So
of course.
Yeah. Next we have the MVP Lounge, the Hurt Business with Cedric Alexander. So Cedric cuts his heel promo. I was waiting to see it. He's got some he's got some more healing to do, I think. Baby face. You know what I mean? One thing I didn't like though was the backstage segment with Shelton. It made me seem like there was a couple things that I just didn't like the fluidity of it. When he turned, he didn't automatically like go with them. So they kind of waited a little bit and he kind of looked at them and they were celebrating. And then the backstage segment of Shelton saying, like, I hope you're not lying. I don't think that was necessary to me. Like it cut to me all from the back, right from the back. It made it seem like they were, especially Shelton, that they were kind of having their doubts. Like you don't want that. You've been trying to recruit him for so long. Yeah. And now he just beat the brakes off of Apollo and just was whipping around Ricochet. Yeah. I think that should have been proof enough that he's with you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. You want to let it lie. Let it lie. When you say something, even a little, I hope you're not lying or something like that. That just puts that thought in people's minds, and you don't want that thought. You would have thought, oh man, he turned.
That's right.
But when you say something like that, I hope you're not lying. Well, the people are going, oh wait a minute, what's going to happen here? Is something going to happen before the end of the show? You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. Because I thought, I mean, like it seemed like he was going to stay, but like you said, I even considered like he turned, but now since you said this, is this a big ruse that's going to happen at the end of the show? Like you don't want. I agree. You don't want that. You want turn. You wanted a clear cut turn. It helps him as a heel. So, so. He cuts his heel promo. What were your thoughts on his first heel promo?
Yeah, like you said, man, he's got some work to do on it. Mm-hmm. You know, what's hard when you've been a babyface for so long is that cockiness.
Right.
You know, sometimes you just can't teach that cockiness.
That's true.
To be honest, it took Bobby a little bit to get cocky. You know, what helped Bobby out, to be honest with you, when Bobby went and fought Bellator, Bobby got some of that. Oh yeah, I'm the man, you know, and he can go and dig into that deep stuff if he needs to get it, you know. And Shelton's just the clean cut guy that's been a heel. Back when Shelton had his hair dyed blonde, and remember the one time, and then he shaved it and everything else.
The gold standard.
Shelton's a pretty much a natural heel. Well, you got MVP that wraps it all up. I mean, MVP's the one that's got all the heat.
Right.
The whole any fan in WWE wants to see MVP get his butt kicked.
Yep. And
when he does it, he gets away. And then what's good about it is that MVP comes in and still does some pretty good stuff in the ring.
Yeah.
So he doesn't look like a chump. So it looks believable that this guy can teach these behemoths how to wrestle. Mm-hmm. That's the difference between MVP as a manager and a lot of other people.
Yep.
MVP can still go, and that helps the guys rise to a different level. And I think that's going to help up all the guys. It's going to help all the guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Tom is asking, who had the worst night, Randy Orton's jaw or Buddy Murphy's back?
Yeah, boy, Buddy Murphy got his butt kicked tonight.
Yeah,
by the whole Mysterio family. And Orton took about 5 bro kicks to the face. So I mean, you know.
Yeah.
Oh man. I like the way
we'll get to that as far as I was going to say. We'll get to that as far as the end of the show, as far as that, you know, teamwork beatdown from the
boy
clan.
Yeah. Definitely no Mexican standoff there.
Right. Yeah. Next we have Ricochet. So the Hurt Business beating actual Viking Raiders, Apollo Crews and Ricochet. So the finish of this was kind of was odd. It seemed on one hand, it seemed like, because what happened was, for those for recap purposes, so there was a Michinoku driver onto Ricochet. There was a 3 count, but he kicked out at 2. There was some hesitation, but the 3 stood, and they called for the match. Now, there was 2 things I thought about this. One, it seemed like they were actually going to it was just a botch from the referee, or 2, it seemed like maybe they're going to continue this on, Ricochet saying you didn't pin me, and maybe that leads to a singles match between Ricochet and Cedric. It seemed like it was one of those 2.
I think it's a little early. Well, don't put it past them, but I think it's a little early. Cedric's not even a full-blown heel yet.
True.
To put him together with Ricochet right now, I mean, didn't they leave the ring with Cedric doing something to Ricochet before he left?
Yeah.
I mean, I was trying to figure this computer thing out, and I could hear it in the other room. Mm-hmm. I was catching bits and pieces of it, and because I could see right around the corner at the TV, but I didn't, Yeah, I don't know if I would put, Cedric and Ricochet together that quick. Mm. Like you say, let Cedric get some clean wins over some job guys or some enhancement talent. Mm-hmm. Let him be a heel. Mm-hmm. Let him cut a promo by himself with just him and MVP.
Yeah.
With the Hurt Business standing behind them 2. Right now it's always the other guys in the front. Let him be the front guy. Mm-hmm. If you really want to build him up.
Yeah. I think that's what you do. Otherwise, he'll be the fall guy in the group, and
he'll be getting killed. He'll be the one losing every time.
Yeah. But I hope that's not the case.
I hope so too, man. I think that gimmick will go so far. It was almost like the old. It's almost like the Nation of Domination with Ron Simmons with Farouk, right? Mm-hmm. Everybody looked great, but D'Lo and Godfather end up being the fall guys, and The Rock once in a while.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They end up being the fall guys, and more D'Lo than anybody else. And I don't want Cedric to be that guy.
I agree.
I want them all to be strong in their own sense. That gimmick will get over then, and it will keep getting over. Yep. It's getting more heat now. People are catching on to that. The Hurt Business, I think.
And they need to get wins. Like we've seen a lot of 50-50 stuff over the past few months. They just need wins, get heat. You know what I mean? Or even if you don't get a win, make it a DQ because you just beat the snot out of somebody.
Yeah, you know what I mean? You don't get the win, you get pissed. You DQ yourself and keep going.
Yeah, exactly.
Get pissed.
Yep.
Yeah, I get it.
Amos said, I think one of the Raiders was really hurt and they had to end the match. Yeah, it seemed like at the end, because MVP kind of stood out there too, because they were all celebrating at the end, but it seemed like Ivar, I believe. I don't know which one's Hanson.
You got me.
I don't. Yeah, I think he's Ivar. But yeah, I think he got injured, man, when he was doing. So there's reports now that said he suffered a stinger, likely. So yeah, that's what it seems like.
Just
he
pinched his neck a little bit.
Yeah. So that's what it seemed like. So here's the thing. That's why it gets pretty dangerous, man, when you have a 350-pound guy, doing a tope, suicida, throughout the middle ropes, you know what I mean?
Bro, why? Why?
Yeah. Suicide dive with 350-pound guy.
If he would just look, it's okay to do once in a while, but he does it every match.
Yeah.
Why? It means nothing when you do it every match.
Yeah, that's
Listen,
right.
If you look back at some of the old tapes, you'll see me when I was 320, 330, diving over the top rope, giving a double clothesline to the Godwins. Or Hawkins do it, but you never catch it on. We never did it all the time where you'd see it on a regular TV match. We saved it for the big shows, and we did it once in a while. So that when he did do it, it was like a holy crap moment, you know. You know, it's just like we did the War Games. We would dive across both rings. Well, that was like a 10-foot gap between both rings, and we did them both without hitting our feet on the ropes. And those people go, holy crap, look at that. They just flew across, 10 feet of ropes. Well, that's why you didn't have a War Games every night.
Right.
Because you can't do it every night, And sometimes, it's like we talk all the time. Stay in your lane.
That's right.
Why? Let the middle of the ropes be guys for Seth and those guys. They like doing that crap. Let them do it. You don't need to do it at 360. Why?
Right. Exactly. Right. I agree. It's unnecessary. So we get Orton versus Lee. And like I said, in the previous episodes that we've done, it just really seems like Keith Lee is going further back in the and I said it last week. Didn't I call this?
My wife says, what in the heck is with his tights? Yeah. Why did they keep dressing him like that? And I said, man, you should have seen it with the gray and pink.
Yeah.
At least his green wasn't that bad. But, they have his name crooked on his rear end. And it looks like somebody had a homemade cricket machine and was putting the name on the shirt, too. Like, you're going to wash it, it's going to peel off.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just.
I don't like
if you're gonna give a guy a push, give him a push.
That's right. Give him good gear. And here's the thing: he even came out to like a hoodie before. He just came out to his just regular wardrobe. Like he didn't even have anything new to add.
Did he have no jacket?
No, he didn't have any jacket. No.
Oh, no hoodie or nothing?
No hoodie. No, he didn't have any.
What the heck, man? Jeez.
Straight out. And I'm like, oh man, just. I called this. I called this animal.
You did. You called it last week. You said they are just further back. You said they're basically just playing with the poor guy.
Yeah, I see it, and it's sad too. Like, why would you call him up? He was the man in NXT. Why would you call? And the thing is, Killer Cross, he got hurt. During the match, he had to relinquish the title the next episode. That would be a perfect opportunity to put Keith Lee back in the title hunt. And it's like it just doesn't make sense.
It's your point exactly. Here you got the biggest guy in both companies, and you're sitting there and you're acting like you don't know what to do with him.
Right.
Let him go back to NXT and destroy people. Bring them up in WWE when you want them. Yeah. Or let him stay in WWE and let him destroy people there. You can't have the biggest guy come there and you kill him. Listen, if he hasn't paid his dues by now, see, sometimes they do this and they beat guys like this because they want them to earn their stripes and pay their dues. If he hasn't earned his dues by now on NXT, he's never going to earn them. You got the boss's, son-in-law running the company down there.
Yep.
You got Shawn Michaels down there too. You got Brian James down there too. Road Dogg. You got all these great guys. Okay, let them run them. If those guys don't have them in line by the time they come up to the dance, then why are they coming up?
Exactly. Yeah, I don't understand it. It just
because Keith Lee, he's got an arsenal. He's got some stuff in his pocket. He could do some moves.
Yeah.
The problem you have when you dress up here like, one of the Village people coming down in all these different color outfits all the time, and he's got such a baby face too. For as big and as rugged as it is, he's got a baby face look to him. He's got to really try to look mean. So that's going to be on your persona and your look. That's got to enhance that meanness if that's what he wants him to be. Because evidently they want him to be a strong baby face because he's in there with heels.
Yeah. Yeah. And he does really good as a babyface. He
does.
He's fantastic.
Why? He doesn't have to change himself. That's the best kind of babyface.
Right. Yeah.
A babyface, you shouldn't have to change yourself to get over as a babyface. Where you're in his element, you shouldn't have to change at all.
Yeah, I agree. Angel said, I think Vince doesn't agree with Triple H. It seems that way. I agree. It seems like there's some discord between Triple H and Vince with Keith Lee because one, he changed his gear. Two, he changed his theme song. 3, he shaved off his facial hair, and it just seems like Vince McMahon wanted him to say,
Why?
"I want you to be a babyface. I want you to shave your hair.
Yeah.
I want you to look like a babyface." You know, just
But why did you have to do that? It was working just fine.
sure was.
If it's not broke, why are you fixing it?
Yeah.
It's like, we used to catch a lot of crap because when we came in there, we got rid of the black and silver and we went to red and black.
Mhm.
Okay. We used black and we had red in our tights anyway, so it didn't matter to us.
Right.
But to have the red boots on, we really didn't care for them, but we did anyway. But we stayed animal and hawk.
Mhm.
The only thing we couldn't do was slide underneath the bottom rope and just go right at it because he wanted us to go up in each corner and do the yay rah.
Mhm.
And that was the biggest difference with us. But someone like Keith Lee, you gotta let him keep his facial hair, man. Keep his music. His music, the people recognize the music from your brand.
That's right.
From your NXT brand. Bring it over.
Mhm.
It's not like you gotta have permission from NXT for WWE to use it. You own both companies.
Exactly. Right.
It's stupid. And you think so. Listen, exactly some of the comments you make here tonight proved my fact about wrestling fans. Wrestling fans are some of the most knowledgeable, smartest fans of sport and entertainment in the world.
Mm-hmm.
They know what they want. They know what they like to see. You are not going to BS them, and they can call phony a mile away.
Yep.
You're proving my point tonight. The questions we're going back and forth with is exactly what the guys talk about. We talk about in the car ride or the locker room. Why in the world are they doing this crap?
Right.
I'm sure Keith Lee's got to be going. Keith Lee's got to be going. Who did I piss off? Send me back down to NXT.
Man,
I go back to my own colors. I don't have to have pink and gray anymore.
Yeah, I don't have to wear this top. He didn't have the he didn't wear the top. Yeah, and the top doesn't match the trunks, and
the top doesn't match any of the trunks he's got. He had green and gold trunks on today with a black top with white writing on it.
Right.
Oh my God.
It was really, really weird, man.
Change his gimmick to the vagabond. He's got different color clothes and everything,
Yeah. I just, again, man, I see even more of this. I just see, like, first of all, you're losing to Orton by DQ. You lost last week. You know what I mean? Like, they're not even protecting his character, 3 weeks in. You know what I mean? Like, just 3 weeks in already,
This is perfect Vince.
Yeah.
Perfect Vince McMahon. Listen, even with the Iconics, he likes the smaller blonde girl. He likes her. I heard through the grapevine he thinks that she's big money maybe down the road. Okay, poor Billy Kay, but Peyton's going to be the money one. And there's something about how and Vince likes to put a stamp. If it works, he looks like a genius. Same with Keith Lee.
Yeah.
If it works, listen, Keith Lee to me could be the next Vader.
Yes, that's a great comparison.
No, he could be the next Vader guy, a big 365-pound guy that can go.
Yep.
I mean, he's a moonsault type guy, backflip type guy, and Keith can sing. He can do a lot of other things more than Vader could do. I mean, that's where I see him going in the future.
Yeah, I think that's a really good comparison. Vader is, I like that. I like that comparison. So next we have Drew McIntyre. Claymore kicks Orton during the match. That's the reason why he was DQ'd. Riot Squad defeating Shayna Baszler, and then Nia Jax comes in, and then that's when the lights flicker and the Retribution signs go up, and then they actually cut a promo. So they're still trying. They're still trying.
They're going to try that Retribution. You know what? Because they don't like to admit defeat. They're going to try that Retribution thing until we all are throwing up when they come on. I mean, I don't think that their results and their feedback has been positive probably from that at all. And number two, it's stupid. I'm just going to come right out and say it's stupid. It has nothing to do with the match. It has nothing to do with wrestling. Just because the light flicker, oh my God, here comes Retribution. I mean, in reality, I'm saying, come on in the ring. I don't care. Get in here. Let's go.
Yeah, exactly.
No, seriously,
exactly.
man. I mean, Hawk and I would have been calling them all out there to fight. We're not, you have to be the toughest guys in the world, but we said, yeah, come on, let's go.
Yeah.
And the thing is that they don't realize it. It's confusing.
It is.
You don't know if it's Retribution or it's Bray Wyatt coming down, the Fiend.
Yeah.
And lights start flickering, going off and on. The fans got to be confused too.
Yeah, and it also, it doesn't, like I said last week, it doesn't protect the talent. Last week you had them beating up the World Tag Team Champion. The Raw Tag Team Champions were beat up by Retribution. That is a terrible way to protect your talent. You know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't make any sense to just waste your talent like that.
Yeah, bro.
Zelina Vega a couple weeks ago, she was beat up by, why would
they're attacking the weaklings is what they're doing, except for the Raw Tag Team Champions.
Yeah, and
you know what you do? Hey, send Retribution into the Raw Underground and see what happens.
Right. Yeah.
When the odds are equed, send them in there and see what happens.
Yeah, right? Exactly. Like, see them in
there. Don't get me going. Speaking of Raw Underground.
Yeah, that's a good segue because that's the next segment. Owens versus.
What a long fight between Owens.
Yeah, it was like 2 or 3.
And Aleister Black. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Jesus Lord. I don't know too many fights that have gone like 3 segments.
Yeah. And it went
most of my fights went 5 seconds. So I couldn't tell you how someone could go that long.
Yeah, and and we saw with the Raw Underground, we saw Kevin Owens actually get the better of Aleister Black for Aleister Black to be a jiu-jitsu guy or Muay Thai or whatever discipline he.
But let me ask you this though, Chris, as a fan. Don't you think that something like a Raw Underground kind of like the longer it goes, the more it exposes the guys?
Yes.
It's like that boxing thing that we did years ago, the brawl for alls.
Mm-hmm.
The longer it went week after week after week, when guys got knocked out, it just showed more weaknesses. You see, in the eye of the fan, we're bigger than life.
Mm-hmm.
And when you start showing guys getting beat up in a setting, like, I'm not saying anything bad, but look, I mean, Kevin Owens and Aleister Black go and fight, and then the guy that's in NXT training camp comes in and beats them both up at the end.
Yeah, Dabakato, yeah.
Oh, okay. Why even? Then that guy should be world champ on WWE.
Yeah, because Kevin Owens has been world champ before.
Yeah, and Aleister Black had the U.S. belt or whatever he had, right? Okay, well, that guy needs to go right into the title match then, I guess.
Yeah. I said,
don't be surprised he doesn't show up on TV.
I can see that happening. This is what I said before. I think that the Raw Underground should build up for a top heel. I agree. I think a top heel should beat up on the people that are just hanging out in the Raw Underground. But not at the expense of, again, you got to protect your characters. The WWE, they've been really doing poor at that a lot, just not protecting their characters.
No,
you don't have an NXT guy, a developmental guy who's still in the PC, who, appeared a few times on NXT TV, just wipe the floor with 2 of your biggest stars on Raw.
2 of your main events.
Exactly.
2 of your main eventers. Yeah, he just cleaned 2 of main eventers' clock.
Yeah.
I mean, that's, man. Yeah, I didn't get that part.
He just comes out after they spent 3 segments fighting each other. He takes down, he does a slam on Owens and choke slams Black, and they're both done.
Listen, granted, he caught them at the end of the 3rd segment, probably a fighting, yes. And the guy does have a good look.
Oh, he's huge.
I'll give him that. He's a big guy. He's about 6'9". I get that. But A, he has not earned his dues yet. And B, you just took 2 of your other guys and you just wasted them for him.
And it made him look a lot softer than him. I
didn't get it, man.
Yeah.
Unless Aleister Black and Kevin Owens team up next week and they both beat the guy up together.
That could be.
which may be in the cards. You never know.
Unfortunately, but you got to make Black look like a heel, and if he's getting beat up by a developmental guy, it just seems like no follow through. It just seems like they have no idea what's going to happen next.
You know what it is, man? It's like they have a bowl of names and they reach in them at TV and they said, what can we do with these 2 guys here? Will this work? No, we don't like it. Okay, let's go with it. Sometimes.
Yeah. All right, so we get another backstage interview of Orton. He gets attacked by McIntyre again, and we talked about this. It just really seems like they're really building up Orton to win. But here's the thing, just tackling this another element of this real quick. You don't want Orton to look this weak though. Like he's been a legend killer. He beat up Edge. He punted Michael, Big Show, Ric Flair even. He has been the best heel of the COVID era, hands down.
Yeah,
and
he's had so much heat on him, and you just beat him down.
Yes,
in the last TV.
Yeah, I don't like.
Seriously, you did.
I don't like it.
No, I get it. I get it. And another thing too, though, the last segment, they go backstage. Granted, they're down at the Performance Center. But why was there a 3-sided ring right there where he just throw him in the ring and do the move?
They're actually at the Amway Center for the
Thunder. Okay, well, what's that ring? What's that ring doing there?
Yeah, it didn't make sense. Yeah, if it was
not doing any
center, it would make more sense. But you're at an arena. Yeah,
bro. There was no interviews being done on it. Nothing.
Right.
It was a 3-sided ring that they threw. That he just waited for him to give the Claymore kick. That's it.
Conveniently.
I mean that didn't make any sense whatsoever. I mean, I had people sending me texts asking me, why is that 3-sided ring there?
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, if they really wanted to do it, they could have got Randy coming down the stairs and Drew hanging around the corner of the parking lot and Claymore kick him out on the cement. Right. That would be whoa, I mean, because he's already
time. I wouldn't have 3 segments of Randy looking bad.
Because here's the thing, you just gave him 3 kicks. Now you're getting up. Now Randy's getting up every time.
Right. Yeah.
How's one going to beat him in a match?
Exactly. Yeah, that's a good.
I think they should have left Randy with some steam. I think the one attack would have been good. Mm-hmm. The return of Drew McIntyre type thing. Mm-hmm. Let him do the 1 kick, leave a stamp, end it. Not having them keep coming back and coming back and coming back. Mm-hmm. It's like overkill.
I agree.
Seriously, it would have been like, Ali Frazier. You knock him down the first time, you wait 5 more minutes, you knock him down again. You wait 5 more minutes, you knock him down again. Mm-hmm. Why? You already won the fight.
Yeah, and the thing is, I think would have been better if someone would have helped, like Orton attack Drew, like a Dolph Ziggler or something like that, and Dolph Ziggler would have gotten the heat. He would have gotten the beat downs by McIntyre. What I would have done is I would have had like Orton cut the promo, and he with Ziggler, just kind of both of them or someone just there who attacked Drew. If I was Orton, I would have slithered out, and I would have had his accomplice get the beat down throughout the show. You know what I mean? Because that protects Orton and also makes Drew look good. You don't want Drew to look good at the expense of Orton looking weaker, especially since he's been the best heel of the COVID era. You know what I mean? So
exactly, man. It's like it's the old be careful if you put all your eggs in one basket type thing.
Yeah.
You have Orton, your only top hot heel. You have Drew, your only hot top single babyface. Mm-hmm. You have nobody else underneath them at all. Mm-hmm. But you could have had Randy beating up an underneath babyface, mm-hmm. where Drew comes out to make the save.
Yeah.
To help him out, and all of a sudden that babyface looks at Drew like, shakes Drew's hand like, "Thank you, man."
Mm-hmm.
But there's nobody. The closest guy you got is Dominic.
Yeah, and he's Dominic in his own world right now. Yeah. Speaking of that, it's a good segue to the next, the last segment. So, first of all, Dominic Mysterio makes a singles main event against Murphy.
Bro, welcome to the WWE and get the push.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah. He is the new heir apparent to the Mysterio name, man. I tell you. And you know what? He did a good job.
He did fantastic to me, man.
Good job. I thought
the screens and
yeah,
he looked good, man. He
was selling good. He sold that shoulder good when he was getting thrown into the post and everything, And I like the fact because Ray is such a family guy, how they got the whole family involved at the end.
Yes, loved it
with the kendo sticks. So that was good. I thought that was a good part of it, you know?
Yeah. I loved it.
To be honest with you, if they really wanted to now, think about this. If they really wanted to keep that thing going and make a little bit of a swerve with Seth, they could have had Seth and someone else come down and help Murphy and leave the whole family laying. I mean, just think about it. I mean, if you really wanted to I mean, just I got a twisted mind like that. But yeah, what heat would they have had if they would have tied the mom in the rope?
Ooh.
And as they're going to hit her with the kendo stick, they go off air.
Yeah.
You don't know if she gets it or not.
Yeah, I like it.
And then what you could show afterwards is that no, Ray and Dominic get the stick and they come back and a little bit they have those guys run. They save the mom, but you don't know. You leave that in their mind. Hey, are they going to get the mom?
Yeah, I think that's cool, man. I think you need Dominic to look good right now, and I think they did a really good job making Dom. I really love the segment. But I think that's a really good idea. I think next week what you do is you have, they kind of get their comeuppance again. But the weird thing is that Murphy's still a heel because he's mad that Dominic and Ray stopped him from being with a disciple of Seth. It's weird,
Yeah.
But I think eventually you put Seth back with Murphy. Murphy by himself as a heel doesn't make sense, especially if you're fighting for Seth.
They complement each other.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
I mean, seriously, if you're going to do something where Seth as a heel has to get beat, when you're going to beat Seth and everybody, you have to have someone like Murphy that can take the fall or be there with Seth. You honestly do, man. You got to have a fall guy.
Yep, agreed. All right. You got anything coming up? Any dates?
No, man. I think I got the big Jerry Lawler extravaganza thing September 26th down in Jackson, Tennessee.
Nice.
I'll be down there as a tribute to Jerry Lawler. I wrestled Jerry a bunch of times.
Yeah, Jerry was actually recently featured during the Raw that they said that he's recently got recently on Steve Austin's podcast. So,
awesome. Yeah, man. Yeah, I wrestled Jerry a lot. He and Austin Idol, and went down there and worked for him when he and Jerry Jarrett used to run Memphis territory. We used to go down there all the time. And as a matter of fact, that's the first time I met Macho Man, the Rock Roll Express, all those guys was down there.
Yeah. Real quick, Dustin brings up this. This happened after we talked last week. AOP got released.
Yeah, man. I mentioned Paul. I texted Paul Elder right away, and I said, "Hey, man, you see AOP got released?" Here's the thing: the guys are working for your company. The guys get hurt by your company while they're working. Granted, you paid them, but then again, you let them go. It's not their fault that you didn't get them over.
True.
You didn't give them a chance to get over.
Yep.
I mean, evidently, I'm telling you, and I'm not just saying this because if you would have had me directing them being bad, you-know-whats, and, I'm not going to say it because kids are watching this, but bad son of SOBs, I would have had to be an SOBs and said, man, you fight like your life depends on it. Jumping somebody in the back. Not some of the stuff they were doing out there, the throwing guys into the loud garage door and do all. No, man, fight. What would you do in a real fight?
Yep.
That type of thing. And that's what kept those guys from getting over, because you have a guy that was a director on a soap opera or wrote soap opera interviews for those poor guys, and they never let those poor guys get over. I tell you what, I would be the Ellering anytime for those two guys. Seriously, I
would like that. I would like but I liked Ellering with them. I really like
Paul. Paul is great with them. But there's a couple other guys too. I see Luke Gallows is tagging with some other guy down south in Alabama somewhere or something. Another big guy. They're doing a movie together, and now they're going to do some wrestling together too, I think. But it's and they have the painted face type gimmick too, But that's what I need. I need to be around two big butt kickers if I'm going to do something like that in a door set.
For sure.
You know what I mean? I just can't endorse anybody. I got to have some guys that got it in there. system that know how to go out there, and kick butt and take names.
Yep, absolutely.
I just can't have Andrade come late. Yeah, but Paul would be good. I mean, don't think that Paul's probably talking to him already and probably going to try to get him in somewhere. Let's listen. They would be great in AEW. They would be great at Impact.
Yeah.
Ring of Honor. I don't know where Ring of Honor is going right now, man. They're just so far lost. I don't know which way I don't think they know where they're going. But but Impact, I think, has got capabilities to grow and become a decent company.
Mm-hmm.
You just need new guys at the helm. That's all.
Yeah, I think Impact would be a good spot with them. I got some good friends in ROH, and they're still trying to, they have town hall meetings. Like I'm pretty close with PCO, and they have town hall meetings, and they're supposed to be open up again. I think it was supposed to either last month or this. So it's coming soon. But I think that ALP. I agree. I think ALP would do good in AEW or Impact. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. I wrestled Pierre a long time ago.
Oh yeah,
up in Montreal when he was working for the Rougeaus.
Yep.
Yeah, Pierre and I go way back. I was giving him a hard time when those guys wore my spiked shoulder pads for that, the greatest of all time pay-per-view they had.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gave him a hard time. He goes, "Oh man, I swear it was a dedication, you guys. It was nothing bad." I said, "Bro, I get you. Don't worry about it."
Nice.
But yeah, listen, either company, bro, I would love to. If they open back up, man, I would love to be one of those guys behind the scenes, just helping these guys develop their business.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I got, like you said, I've got almost 40 years of experience under my belt of being the main eventer. That just.
Yeah.
You can tell by talking to me. I mean, I know this business. I just know this business and what works and what doesn't work, and how to get the guys where they go. Man. But that'd be good. I think AOP would be good there to go Ring of Honor too.
Yeah.
Any one of the companies that work. Any one of them need a boost.
Yeah, they just look good as a team. No matter where they go, they just look good.
They look alike. They look like each other.
Yeah. They look
that's what helped out Hawk and I.
Yeah.
We looked a lot alike. And even back when we were wrestling the Wild Samoans, not Offensica, but the Samoan SWAT team. And then we went right into Doom with Ron Simmons and Butch Reid. They were built similar. Yeah. You have to have that. When you have that thing that aligns you with your partner, man, it makes it way easier.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah, Steiner's had,
Steiner's had it too.
Look, yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
Even the Beverly Brothers, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. The Beverly Brothers look like each other. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I am Dr. Chris Featherstone. He is Road Warrior Animal. This is this is another episode of the Legion Raw podcast. We are signing off. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for watching again. And always remember, what a